Yes, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, all my fellow friends, all my American friends. Welcome to the class 119 million new millionaire. In the last one quarter, so this is the last study. This is the last class you have to learn, and then you will be graduate on 24th, like about 3 more days from now. It's supposed to be start on this live, supposed to be Zoom and then transferring to the YouTube, but we try to improve our picture and our sound too. So it's gonna be trial now to make sure in the second quarter we got a better picture, better sound. Okay. Well, enjoy. This is the lesson. We got the title is let me see. Hold on, let me see where it is. Give meaning for your future. Not to your life. Okay, today's subject is we call the key to living your future. The key to living your future. I used to use my glasses, but since there is a rules that we have to follow, like in the White House, the president, whoever president, is not allowed to use glasses. So I'll try to follow the protocol. Well, I'm gonna read this as the last quarter, and then I hope this is the revision. This is the last class. Hope can bring you victory, and you understand, and you say, "I got it." So you gotta be a millionaire, multi-millionaire, or billionaire. So I'm going to speak on the topic, the key to living your future. I believe that nobody in this room have a desire more than you to become all that your dreams, and how to become the best and to maximize all that you could be. How live your future, and we think of the future. I believe that most of us thinks of it as a being something that's far away, but the future is tomorrow. So the future is tomorrow. It is not, in fact, in the next hour. That's your future is in the next hour, so to speak. So, because the greatest threat of your future is your past. Now we gotta go into the point. The greatest threat to your future is your past. And most of the humanity that I have known and gotten to see over the years, there are 7 billion people on the planet right now. And I would dare say that 90% of those people that live on this planet right now are experiencing destruction and personal perishing. They are perishing personally, that they are not being successful. Do you know why? Because instead of living according to a vision, they are living according to a revision. Now, what is a revision? When you are gonna do a revision, it means you go back and look at something you are already done. And you know that when you revise a revision, you are basically living something that's already lived. When I was in college, one of the things that they taught us to do is a study to take a test. I think all of you have had the opportunity. And when you prepare to take a test, what do you study? Things you should have already learned. And you kind of read notes, or you read books, or you go over different types of information that you are supposed to have learned already. So revision really are living the past again. And most of the human entities and this planet are actually living the past because they are so preoccupied with revision. They don't live their vision now. What does the Bible say? You know, one of the wise men that ever lived was a politician. His name was Solomon. And Solomon said, without a vision, you will perish. But I believe that most of the people on planet are living their revision. Some are busy remembering they cannot forget. They think about that. But your life, there is a dream in your heart, and everyone has one that is much bigger than the nightmare you experience it. Most people are so trapped by what they used to do. They have no energy to do what they should do. Most of the people I know are so afraid of past failure that they never attempt future possibilities. I'm talking about 99% of this planet. How sad. It seems that people are so busy keeping in touch with their past that they never visit the future. The reason for that is because most of us live the unknown from the known. This is good and this is bad. You can only learn what you know. You only know what you learn. And most of us lives our lives based on what we did. Think about, so that unknown is usually lived. The unknown is usually lived out of the known, and that is very dangerous. Because what you know should not limit what you could know. Memory immobilize. Make a note of that. Memory immobilize man. Most of the people in this room, and it might be you as one of them, you are trapped by what you have already done. And it makes you question what you could do. That's why the majority of the people on this planet never live their future, because the past to them is more important than the future. Oh my God. The past is more important than the future. That's 99% people live in this earth, in this planet. They are so preoccupied with what they've done, and they never plan to do what they could. I believe that the greatest enemy of your progress is actually your last success. Even the good things you do could prevent you from doing the greatest things that you could do. That's why when people accomplish great things, they park in the parking place, they become so trapped by their success that they refuse to move on to what they could do that they haven't done yet. The past is dangerous. One of the greatest decisions that a human can make is to actually forget that God gave you the capacity to forget. God gave you the ability to literally turn things off. I must confess that it is possible to not have have a memory, but it is possible to not allow your memory to influence. It's possible for you to not allow what you did to interfere what you could do. So, don't allow your memory to immobilize your life. You see, you can leave the past, you can actually cancel the emotional debt, and the psychology ties that you have to the past, and you can advance to the future if you are willing to make that decision to forget to live effectively. Then I'm convinced that it is impossible for you to succeed until the future becomes more important than your past. You must move past your past to enter your future. That's why I'm to talk about this today, because ever since the fall of man, we've been trapped by what we've done and is stopping us from doing what we could do. You know, one of the greatest gifts that God has, that He told us about one of the greatest attributes of God. One of the greatest miracles of God Himself is that God forgets. The Word of God makes some very plain statement about God's attitude toward your past. And one of the greatest things that says about your past in relationship to God is that He forgets your past. He takes your sin. What is your sin? Your sin is your past life, your past behavior. Include that which was done through Adam. You know, your past goes back as far as Adam, because according to biblical theological concept, Adam had all of us in him when he disobeyed God. So therefore, it was passed upon every sperm that was in Adam, and every future generation was trapped by Adam. When Adam sinned, which means that our past began in the Adam. And when God forgave the sin of Adam, your password was eradicated. So when you come to Christ, in this hour in your life, you actually appropriate something that was already taken care of years ago. Some years ago, I was studying the Bible, which to me is the most important book on the planet, and I read something that I really didn't understand for years. I read that Jesus took care of the sin's problem before man sinned. I found that in the strangest place in Revelation. It said that Jesus was slain before the earth was even founded, which means God made arrangement to solve your problem before you have any. God made arrangement to deal with your past because He loved your future too much. God has something He wants to do that He wants to allow what you did to interfere with. That's why what you did is never more important than what you could do. Is that good news? You better scrap it, that word. God is so good. That God dreams where you are so important that God made arrangement for your past so that your future would still be possible. Even if you messed up in the past, that means God's plan may pass before my future, so that my past will interfere with my future. So when we come to Christ and He forgives us, we are cashing in on some of this already done, and that is why forgiveness is not something that God just decide to do. He forgive you while you were yet a sinner. Jesus died for you while you were yet a sinner. So you are not a half-served second half of God. You always have a plan for you to be successful. Therefore, if you fail, it's because you decided not to succeed. God hates to see you fail. This is not God's best for you. It's a temporary detour to me, and that excites me. That's why I love the word forget. Everybody, tell your neighbor, forget it. Come on, just say with some feel and say forget it. Can you take him just showing us, say forget it. Now, of course, they are trying to figure out what you're talking about, right? They are trying to figure what do you do mean by forget. Forget what we forget. Whatever it is that's stopping you from moving ahead, do what you're supposed to do. Forgetting is important to your future. So, I would like to say this. Likewise, I always, over time I said, God never start before He get done. So, if this is God, right? If this is your start, and this is your future. So, what God did? This is your start. God going to your future with this one, right? Okay. This is your start, and this is your future. The other flag is your future. So what God did, instead He start here, God going to the future and get it done. He slain the lamb. He crucified Jesus here, right? And then when He crucified Jesus, when He said, okay, if the product, like manufacturer, if the product going bad, God, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit meeting, they have the cure. They already cured. They already slain. They already sacrificed Jesus in here. This is your future. And when everything is done here, right? And then God come back and then said, okay, start. When you start, supposedly it's already done, right? Like in the Revelation, the lamb is already slain before the foundation of this earth. So, even though you are here, this is your future is God past, because God already did. This is your future is God past, and then your past is already past by God future. Okay, understand this. So this class is talking about the key to living your future. You living your past too much. Oh, this is my seven times married. I think I already messed up with my marriage. No, I'm not gonna accomplish anymore. I'm not gonna be success anymore. No, stop. That's your past. Okay. You have your past. It's okay. You have memory. Memory immobilize you. Okay. You have your memory. Just see what God did to us. He just died, right? For your future. Even you before you sin, God already died for you. So God so loved the world. I want to change the word. For God so loved your future that He died in the first place. For God so loved your future that God died for your past. So forget is mean He forget the past. The past than the future. He just put your like barricaded. He put the line. So God want to see you succeed. Whenever you said you fail, you not fail because you just don't want to try to come back to the success, to the way of success. You remain in your past. You remain in your perishing. You remain in your failure business in the past. So you dealing with your past too much that you forget you have to move for your future. This is the class is all about, sir. Ladies and gentlemen. So this is outside the academic lesson. I want to say you in the religious way because I'm a pastor, right? So in the religious way said this: no matter how far you are run out from God, if this is God and this is you, no matter how far you run out from God, run out, you have a lot of trouble, you have a lot of trespassing, you have a lot of sin to do, you commit the same sins again and again, and then you feel, oh, I'm too far to God, God not gonna see me anymore. No. The truth is, I want to close with this. No matter how far you run from God, it's only one step back. Only one step. You think you are too far, but the truth is, because God already forgiven us your future, you only one step